Good morning. It's another Tuesday. Wow. So today is December 30th of 2025. We have one more day for 2025 to be over. How are you? What are you doing? Come on inside the house. This is your sister, your licensed financial professional, your risk management expert. As long as I live by God's grace, I'm here to make sure that the middle class, the poor Americans, Canadians, understand what it means to protect what matters the most. And today I'm back again, and I came with a question. I told you what I'm going to do, but if you look at the heading today, it says, is life insurance a scam? We're going to address that today because that was what somebody shared in my inbox and say, oh, Dr. Ruth, life insurance is a scam. That's why I canceled mine. And it hurt me. It hurt, it got into my bone marrows to know that at this time of age and season, someone under my watch is still deceived and ignorant. So come on in. If you're in, give me a thumb up. Give me a thumb up. Come on in. Give me a thumb up. Today we have one more day tomorrow and it's finished. So don't miss out. Don't miss out. Okay? Don't miss out in all our discussions. Okay? So share the video. Come on in, let's have a good conversation here. All right? Is life insurance a scam? Let's discuss that. If it's a scam, tell me what you think. Okay? Tell me what you think. Okay? Tell me, I'm trying to station my. Tell me what you think if life insurance is a scam. What is your thought process? If you're watching me from live on Facebook or TikTok, tell me, is life insurance a scam? That is the question that has been thrown. Before we answer the question, let me give you a basic background of things that you need to know. Number one, I'm a licensed financial professional. So I have the competency, I have the legal capacity to discuss protection portfolio. So that's out of the way. Number two, there are two financial environments in the United States and Canada. Investment environment and protection environment. Anybody can do investment. There are no limitations except your knowledge and the money in your pocket. But in protection, not anybody can do it. If you're joining us, we're talking about is life insurance a scam, and I'm giving you basic information first. Anybody can do investment. Not anybody can do protection. For you to engage in protection portfolio discussion or helping someone to get one, they must be duly licensed, number one. And the client must present with good health. They must have good driving record. They must have no criminal record. And they have to look at your residential status. And of course, your age. Your age matters the most. Now, third thing I want you to understand before we dive into is life insurance a scam is this. There are two types of life insurance or group of life insurance in United States and Canada. Is a temporary insurance that most people can get on their own or through their jobs or through their groups, and permanent insurance. The foundation of permanent insurance is whole life. So every permanent insurance is whole life or whole life modified. You must see things like whole life, modified whole life, index universal life, variable universal life. All of them are all called permanent life insurance. And what makes them unique and different from term life insurance or temporary life insurance is that they have cash value. They have the capacity to build cash value that you can access. Now we clear that. The next thing I want to also clear that even though you have a CPA, even though you have an accountant, you have a financial advisor, you have a business analyst, you're in US and Canada. If they are not licensed, if they do not have life insurance license, they have no capacity. Hold on. They have no capacity to do what? To discuss or advise you on protection portfolio. They have no legal right. So when someone approach you, do not tell them, let me go ask my CPA, accountant, financial advisor. That is a wrong thing to do. And I want to speak to my colleagues out there. If you are a CPA accountant, financial advisor, business analyst, you find yourself in any of these financial environments, I love you. You are the best. We need you. You have a place. But when the middle class or poor Americans or Canadians or those with no knowledge come to you about protection portfolio, especially about life insurance, health insurance, disability insurance, and you know you don't have license, can you please tell them the truth and say, I do not have the legal right to discuss this? Do not start advising them. Is it legal? Can you please let them know the truth? Let them know that just like every other field, there are specialties. Let them understand that this is not your specialty. That's not your specialized area. Then you can make a referral, but you can work with them. Because if you're a CPA accountant, a financial advisor, maybe you're also a tax preparer. You can collaborate, you can partner with them. Okay? You can partner with them to make sure that they are using the right tax code. But don't start advising or telling your client that life insurance is a scam. Because the person that threw this question to me actually said, my CPA said, don't do that. Only come and invest. Okay? But I know I have CPAs in my house. And they are very intelligent people. I have financial advice. I have accountant. I have bankers. But guess what? There are specialties. Protection portfolio is a special type of field that you must be duly licensed in order for you to participate in it. So if you don't have license, life insurance license, please refrain from advising people on what you don't have the legal right to do so. I see some people come on social media. They are not licensed, but they want to talk about life insurance protection. That is illegal. You have to be duly licensed in order to discuss protection portfolio. And I want to encourage you because someday someone may visit you and you find yourself in front of the courthouse. Yes, we might have consumer perspectives, right? We might have some consumers who have benefited from these products. Yes, they can talk about from the consumer standpoint. But then, the challenge, most consumers do not have the big whole picture. And they fall a victim. Let me give you an example. I had somebody come to me and say, Dr. Ruth, they told me that if I get a policy today, I will take a loan the next day. And the question I ask is, where will the loan be coming from? Because one, you fall a victim of paying the lowest because you want what is driving you is cheap. So you even pay, this person have index universal, and you pay the minimum no lapse. And you want to take a loan. Where will the loan be coming from? You know what he said? Oh, I got a $1 million policy. I thought by next year, I will go to the 1 million and take a loan from the 1 million. I said, sir, it doesn't work that way. So imagine hearing from this consumer what is going to sound. It's going to sound like as if life insurance is a scam, but it's not. What happened? Education. Either it wasn't explained very well or the person did not understand. It's code over here, okay? Or the person did not understand. Okay, I cannot say what happened because I was not there when the conversation occurred. All right. Now that we have laid those background, okay, now that we figure out those things, please share with me. Do you think life insurance is a scam? Okay. I want to let you know that life insurance is not a scam. Life insurance is a risk management tool for you, for your children, for your business. And in United States, it falls under the Internal Revenue Code of 7702. I'm not giving you a tax advice. This is financial education. Okay? So life insurance is designed to replace your income or cover your financial obligations. That is what it's designed to do. Okay? And it's very useful because if something happened to you and your risk is not managed, you have not transferred that risk to somebody, which is what insurance is, just a transfer of what risk from you to the insurance company. If you do not have life insurance, when that emergency comes, which you know that emergencies does not take permission from you. When that emergency comes, let me tell you, you will bear the brunt. You will bear the cost of everything. Okay? So it's important for you to protect yourself. Have a life insurance over your head. Okay? I don't care the type of life insurance you want to buy. Whether you want to buy term, whether you want to buy a permanent insurance, is up to you based on your goals, based on your financial objectives. Okay? But know that if you have a life and you own a house or you rent a house, you go to work, you drive on the road, you're born, you're alive, you can breathe. If you can breathe, it makes sense that you have a life insurance. If you have children, you have spouses, okay? You have brothers and sisters. It makes sense for you to have life insurance. If you have health issues that may happen, which it will, it makes sense for you to have a life insurance. Now, there's this particular statement that says that if you don't have children, if you don't have anybody, you don't own a mortgage, oh, it doesn't make sense for you to buy life insurance. Or you can just buy term. The messages are there. But here's the thing. You having a life insurance is a love offering. You're offering yourself. When you have a life insurance, you're offering yourself. You're telling yourself, I love me first. Just like the same way you go to the plane. They say put the oxygen on yourself before you put on others. That is what it also means here. When you have a life insurance, you're telling yourself, I love me. When you have life insurance on your business, you're telling yourself, I love my business. I want to sustain my business, just like Walmart, just like McDonald's, just like JCPenney, just like Bank of America. I want to sustain my business. I love me. Now, when you have life insurance on your children, you're telling them, I love you too. I want to create you a foundation that will take you to the next place, next level. Whether I'm there or not, you're good. Now, when you have life insurance on your parents, you're telling them, I love you. It's a love offering. It's not negotiable which one is which. I know some people are teaching out there, oh, why not start with term? There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to start with term, start with term. But one thing you must know, that term is a temporary coverage. If the term policy is going to help you achieve your financial objective, why not? I will never tell you that term policy is wrong because the law consider it as a life insurance coverage. So anybody that tells that term policy is wrong, they're lying. It's up to you if you want to have a term policy, but you need to know the pros and the cons. Yes, I know most people buy it because the cost is relatively cheap at the beginning. But let me tell you that the number one most expensive life insurance is term policy. You figure it out later in life. But at the beginning, it's cheap because you're just paying the cost of insurance. Do you know that everybody pays the cost of insurance? Whether you have term, whether you have permanent, everybody pays the cost of insurance. Nobody pays higher cost of insurance than the other. No, because they look at your mortality rate, which means when you're going to either die, or your morbidity rate, your health issues, the potentiality of you being sick. They look at all that to know what you're going to pay. Of course, your age. But if time policy is your option, why not? Get it. Okay? Don't argue with it. Just get it anyway. Get it. All right? The truth is that you need it. Okay? To some people, time policy is their best value. And you know what they say? It's the least scamming. Let me tell you, what is scam? Let's come back to define what scam is. Maybe nobody has ever defined that to you. You know what scam is? Still confused about money. That's what scam means. Now, the question I'm asking you, you think that the government of America or Canada will pick someone like me, an immigrant, and license me to become a licensed scammer? Is that what is going through your mind? My people, there is no government that will license someone to become a scammer. No, there is none. And I begin to wonder why people think the first word they could open their mind to say is that life insurance is a scam. And the agent are scammers. Do you know there is no license, there's no agent that operates without a license? So you're indirectly saying that your government is the chief scammer if you say life insurance or the agents are scammers, you're indirectly saying that the government where you live are scammers because they are the one that license these agents. These agents had to sit down and study the law, and they had to take exam and pass. And you have not read one word of what the law say. You have not read one. And you may not read if you don't have an open mind. You have not read one word, and you have the capacity and audacity to come out and say, oh, that thing is a scam. And you call licensed professionals scammers. But guess what? They are scamming you every single day. And you have no clue. People out there are scamming you. So now let me tell you that life insurance is not a scam. And those people licensed that are coming to you to help you, they have your interest at heart. They want to protect you. They are seeing what you're not seeing. That is why the state licensed them to go help you come out of confusion about your money. So they can help you protect what matters the most that you are not even seeing. So there is no such thing as least scammy and not least scammy. And let me tell you one more thing. Do you know that no insurance company in United States and Canada, you can quote me, no insurance company will enter into a contract with you if you have not followed all the due process. I'll say it again. No insurance company will enter into contract with you if you have not followed due process. If you're joining us, please share this video. What I'm discussing is so important that because middle class have been deceived. Middle class have been deceived and lied to because they're not willing to read. They're not willing to study. They come to social media to get their education. And we cannot continue to complain. So we have to come to social media to help you maybe understand a little bit. In order for life insurance to become active, you have to make an offer and the insurance company will accept it. You must present a considerable clause. You must present good health, your premium, and the insurance company will promise you they will pay as long as you follow the rules. You must be competent and you must be for legal purpose. These are the 4 elements of contracts. Any contract you engage in the world, it doesn't matter whether it's in insurance industry or anywhere else. So no insurance company will sign any insurance contract and make it active if there is no legal purpose, if there is no offer and acceptance, if there is no consideration, and if there is no competency. You must be cognitive, okay, for them to get into contract with you. So if anybody tells you that, turn around. Anytime you hear someone open their mouth and tell you life insurance is a scam, turn around and tell them they're the most ignorant person on earth. They need my education, and I will be happy to meet with them one-on-one to educate them. They lack the knowledge. So I'm here today to tell you that life insurance is not a scam. Now you know that the 4 elements of contract must be in place for any insurance company to sign that contract. Why then will someone come on social media or stop someone on the road or an assumed professional tell their client or their brother or their sister to cancel their risk management tool? Some people say, oh, Life insurance can feel like a scam when it's not necessary. Who tell you that life insurance is not necessary? Some people say they sold life insurance to me when I don't need it. Who say you don't need it? That is the first thing you need to have. Anybody that tells you don't need life insurance, they're lying to you. You need it. You know the example they gave, they say, if I'm a single person, I have no dependent, why will you want me to buy life insurance? But a single person have to pay their rent. They have to pay, they have a car, they have a car insurance on it. They can have health insurance, right? They buy computer that insurance on it. They fly that insurance on it. But when it comes to them, life insurance, they that owns the car, that owns the rental of property or mortgage, that owns the computer, that feed, that eat. They say, oh, because I don't have dependent, I don't need life insurance. No, it's not a scam. You need it. It's not all about dependent. It's all about, that is the foundation of you starting your financial journey. Because the law allows you up to 20% of your annual income in protection portfolio through life insurance. It's not an investment. Remember, life insurance is not an investment, it's a protection. Then you can use the other 80%, go do whatever you want to do. Okay, that can count towards your emergency fund. That can count towards your investment. It can count towards anything you want to do. That is why some people say it's a scam, because they think that, oh, they made me to buy. I'm a single person. Let me tell you, I wrote a policy for somebody. They're single, they're not married. Unfortunately, one of those God forbid sicknesses showed up. And that policy paid out to her. Imagine if she didn't have it. You know what's going to happen? She's going to liquidate her investment portfolio to take care of medical costs. Medical costs can wipe away your money faster than bad spending habit. Do you know that? Medical costs in US and Canada can wipe away all your savings, all your everything you have built over life, more than bad spending habits. So if as a single person, we're not dependent, yes, you can buy, you have the right to have a life insurance. Because if you don't, when the life emergencies gets to you, you understand what it takes not to have a dependent. Then you know that life has part A and part B. Each and every one of us are living part A right now. But your part B will come. Then you will regret why you canceled that policy. Another reason some people feel that is a scam is this. Okay? Another reason, hold on. Another reason some people think is a scam is this. Is because they said you sold permanent life insurance when time will do it. Hey, remember, either time or permanent, there is no good or bad. It's based off of what you want, your financial objectives. Okay? What are the permanent insurances? Whole life, universal life, index universal life, variable universal life. They are all permanent life insurance. Someone called life insurance a scam because he said that somebody sold a permanent life insurance to them instead of giving them term. The question I ask you is, what are your goals? What are your financial objectives? Now, the question I ask you, in term policy, they will cover you for 10, 20, 30 years, 35 years. And they tell you renewable up to 95 years. That is the language, which is fine. But do you know that when you renew, it's going to be based on your current age? Maybe you got that policy at 30 years. Now you have a contract of 30 years. When is it going to expire? When you're 60 years. But you have the capacity to renew according to the language. That is a legal language, by the way. Insurance company were not wrong. But what you did not understand, that the new policy you're going to renew is going to be calculated, the premium is going to be based on your current age of 60 years. No more your age at 30 years. Do you know that? But in permanent insurance, whatever premium you have decided to pay from whenever you get that policy, let's say that same 30 years of yours, okay, that is the same premium you will continue to pay for the rest of your life. And I like to show that because it baffled me that middle class Americans and Canadians who are considered how do I put it? They are considered the most educated on planet Earth. Okay, middle class. We know how to go to school. But when it comes to financial discussion, our brain disappears. We don't think anymore. Okay? So let me do this right here. Okay? So maybe that will help some people. That's why I like to come on Zoom. I like to use Zoom because I can draw, can do stuff. Okay? So look at you right here. I did this emphasis to somebody. Okay? This person bought a policy of $500,000. That's what they bought in time. And they are paying just $170 a month. It's not a big deal. It's more money, right? And the same $500,000 policy, okay? Somebody offered it to them in IUL where they pay $12,000 a year. Okay? All right. So let's do the math. Let's do the math a little bit. Okay? 170 times 12 is $2,040. Okay? And they have to have this policy for 30 years. 2,040 times that is what? Is 61,200. Okay? All right. Now, here, this is what this person pay a year, having a 500 term policy. This is what this person pay a year, having $500,000 permanent policy. And of course, you can see the gap is huge. Okay? The gap is huge. But remember here, there is no cash value. Here, there is cash value. Both of them are paying cost of insurance. Their cost of insurance will not change because it's permanent or term. The cost of insurance remains the same. You already pay the cost of insurance. But there are some additional features that these don't have. If you die today, both of them will pay off. If you die today, see these two policies? If you die today, your beneficiaries will receive 500 and receive 500. Okay? However, in the permanent, this 500 may have additional to the death benefit because depending on how they design this policy will determine whether that one, we'll talk about it one day. death benefit options, because that is another myth out there. Okay? We'll talk about that next time. Now, 30 years after, this person have paid 61,000. Now, this person was 30 years old, by the way. Now, they are 60 years old. I have to plug in these numbers to show them. Now, this person have also paid the same 12,000 for 30 years. Okay? Remember, life insurance is not investment. It's a protection. So it's not garbage in and garbage out. You have to allow it to be there. You're not investing nothing. You're protecting yourself. Whichever one you want to choose is your choice. Now, in 30 years, this person have three options. And I know there are theories that say buy time and invest the rest. I'm telling you, most people are consuming the rest. They are not investing the rest. Okay? So, by 60 years, one option, they have to die before 60 years in order for this to pay out. But it's not going to happen. The second option is that they're going to let it go because maybe health issues or anything. Hopefully, they have insurability clause added to it. The third option is they're going to renew. When they renew this, it's not going to be on their 60 years old. Now, this person paid 12,000 a year. Okay? Let's do the math. They did 12,000 a year. That's their choice. Remember, it's a choice and your financial goals. And they have done it for 30 years. How much do they have? How much have they paid into that policy? Okay? All right? What they have paid into that policy is what? Is about $360,000. Okay? Now, in this car's value, now they have passed the surrender charges. Remember that. They are paid 360, and in their cash value, they have 560. Okay? Remember, it was not investment. Don't tell me if I have put in this money in real estate, if I have put it in crypto. No. We're not talking about investment here. This person have 560 in the cash value, and they also stop paying. Now, this person have the right, like in this case, this person that brought this case to me is not a client, it's somebody that I stumbled into. How they can, this is Index Universal. They can either take this as a withdrawal or as a loan. They can withdraw up to $360,000 without paying a dime in taxes. They can take it back. So let me ask you, is this policy all this while for free or not? Coming from the standpoint of protection, not investment. This person has paid $61,200 and is gone. Both of them got the same protection. But guess what? After 30 years, this person can decide to withdraw her $360,000 and walk away and leave the policy. They don't want protection anymore. Their children have grown. They have all graduated. They are paying off their mortgage. Okay, I'm Miss Insurance Company. I don't care about the insurance anymore. I'm going to take back my $360,000 that I brought in here, even though I have 560. Whatever happened to your policy is your business. Guys, who wins the game here? Now, this person can renew. By the way, when I did that, this policy, even though this person stopped at 30 years, continued to do what? Sustain itself. But here, this person have to renew or else they don't have no policy. Now, when we plug in the number, you know how much this person that will be paying a year? $13,260 a year to keep the same $500,000 policy. Remember, this person have stopped paying. They started paying $12,000 a year. They stopped paying at year 30. They have paid $360,000. They have access to $560,000 cash value. They have passed the surrender charges. Okay? And they have the right to do what? to say, give me withdrawal of 360,000, which is what I brought in. So all this while, the policy was for free. If they take that money back. But this person has given 61,200 for the same coverage. It's small, no problem. But guess what? At 60, if they want to continue to have a coverage, they have to cover 13,260, even though it's a renewable up to 95 years. Remember, they say buy time and invest the rest. Maybe they have invested, do the math. 360 minus 61, 200, they invested that. Maybe he has grown. Maybe he has not. We don't know. It's all about assumptions. It's all about assumptions. Nobody knows. So my people, whether you decide to buy term or you decide to buy permanent insurance is up to you. So don't say because somebody sold permanent insurance to you, you come out to this social media and open your mouth and say, oh, they sold me what I don't need because somebody has walked into your home and say, buy time and invest the difference. Are you actually investing the difference? Time is not bad. Permanent is not bad. Both of them are protection. But what do you intend to achieve? What is your goal? Time will pay out when you die. Permanent insurance, you have the tendency to assess your cash value based on how you fund it, how long you have had that policy, if you have passed your surrender charges, and all that. But both of you are paying the same cost of insurance. That is something you must know. Term policy only represent cost of insurance. That is what you're paying. So don't be deceived. That's one of the reasons people said it's a scam, because they say somebody lied to them. Please share this video. Thank you, Dr. Kudri, for listening. Okay? Thank you, Constant. Please share this video. You're adding your voice to this, okay, by sharing the video. Someone may benefit from it. So don't just because somebody sold a permanent life insurance to you, you sit down and say it's a scam. It's not. It's not a scam. And nobody will sell a permanent life insurance to you or term life insurance without sitting down with you. If they're not sitting down with you and say, oh, give me, I only have 15 minutes. Man, you cannot write a policy that's going to be there for you in 15 minutes. You are just the joker. You're a complete joker. And these are another lies that make people feel it's a scam. They told you, oh, you know why they push you to buy permanent life insurance? So they can pay the agent higher commission. Why is it that it's okay for you to go to doctor's office? They spend like 2-3 hours, do a surgery. And you're okay to pay $40,000, $20,000, $10,000. And guess what? Their job is done. And a licensed financial professional sat down to educate you, to help you manage your risk, including that surgery. And you are uncomfortable because they are paid commission. That part I don't understand. That's why you call it a scam. That's another reason. They call it a scam because they pay the agent higher commission. For real? Do you know that when you cancel your policy, you're not cheating the agent? The agent is not impacted in any way, shape, or manner. You are the one that lost your money. You are the one that lost your protection. And you eventually suffer the consequences. So you are angry that the agent is being paid commission. They offer you a service. They are duly licensed. They offer you a service. And because they offer you a service, you say, oh, that's a scam. Don't worry. Go and cancel that policy, especially if you're hearing me and you have a permanent life insurance and you cancel it. Wait, that day is coming your way. That same person that tell you, by the time invest the rest, or they told you that permanent is not good, it's only time that is good, and they never read the law. When that day comes, you will not find them. There will be nowhere to be found. Guess what? You can't sue them either. You can't hold them accountable because they're not even licensed. If they're licensed, you can find them. You can find their license online. But this, you cannot find them. So do not allow people to deceive you. Oh, permanent life insurance is complicated. It's complicated because you don't want to sit down to learn. You're so busy. You're busy, you're going to the next job, you're going to the next clinic. If you're a physician, you're doing telemedicine, you're seeing patients in the clinic, you're going to do surgery. But who is doing surgery on your own protection? Your protection, you handed it over to someone else. And by the time you're 60, 65 years, a physician, you can't retire. Because the reality is in front of you. You can't retire. I worked in an environment where they have to retire physicians due to cognitive decline. Why can someone at 65, 70 is still trying to consult and say, I love my people? No, it's because the reality have set in. The financial discussions and buildings and planning they're supposed to have, they couldn't do it because they were busy. And they handed over their financial decisions into the hand of somebody else. And when it's time to walk away, you cannot walk away because you have put your standard of living up here. If you walk away, there is no money to maintain that standard of living. Now it's too late. Share this video. I guess Dr. Ruth is raw, right? But I have to tell you the truth. Now, another reason some people call it is a scam. It feels like emotion because they market it like it's an investment. If you watch all my video, let me say it again. Life insurance is not an investment. Write it and write it purely down. Life insurance is a protection. Anytime somebody comes to you and said, this is an investment tool, they are not discussing that according to the law. That is not the legal language. That is not the legal language. It is a protection. Not because that somebody made a mistake or God knows what conversation that happened there and mentioned investment. Say, okay, it's a scam because somebody sold it to me as an investment. Did you hear from Dr. Ruth that I said, as a licensed professional, that I said it's not an investment? Now, another reason why some people call it is investment because they told you is a wealth plan or banking strategy. Why would you call it a wealth plan, by the way? If you want to use that word, let's assume I have someone who had a policy of $1 million. They go to work every day. All of a sudden, she was diagnosed with cancer. According to CDC, over 1.8 million people are diagnosed with cancer every single year. So it's not to cajole. That's the magnitude of what we have in our hands. If it hasn't come to your neighborhood, wait, it's coming. I know we say God forbid, but God forbid is not a strategy. It's not a strategy. But are you going to wait for the cancer to come to take action? Are you going to wait for the heart attack to come to take action? You have to take action before it comes. And this young lady, she did. I wish I can have a consumer who will agree to come online and discuss. It's a banking strategy. Why not? So when this lady got diagnosed with cancer, she lost her job. That job that pays her to pay her mortgage is no more there. The job that pays her to put food on the table is no more there. The job that pays her to pay for her children's college is gone. But what is not gone? His mortgage is there. The children are still going to go to school. The car loan, the car insurance. No house in America or Canada will say, oh, we're so sorry you're sick. We'll let you stay in this house without paying. Now, when it happened to you, understand when we say that the mortgage does not belong to you. I'm telling you why people call it a scam. Because somebody came and sold it to them and told them it's a wealth plan or it's a banking strategy. Guess what? Luckily for her, she had a policy before, God forbid, sickness showed up. Pastors, are you here? I'm inviting you. Inbox me if you're a pastor. You live in United States or Canada, or you're overseas and you have a church in America. We need to talk. You need to talk to me. Imam, you need to talk to me. This language of injury to one to injury is injury to all is a good thing. But guess what? You need to teach your people how to use the legal tools to manage their injury instead of disturbing your church members. You need to teach them. I will help you. I will teach for free. You don't need to pay me. Just inbox me. I'll come and teach them. Because this young lady got paid $947,000. Why she's still alive? She's not dead. What has happened to her wealth? Her investment portfolios remains in place. Her children remain in school. Her mortgage is there, paid off. They did not repossess her car. They did not foreclose her home. All she's doing is to pray God to heal her. If today is that day for you, what will it be? Are they going to take your name to GoFundMe? I came from a community. They don't do GoFundMe online. Know what they do? They do committee of friends on WhatsApp. You are so big. You're so busy as a physician, as a nurse, a pharmacist, a nurse practitioner, IT, cleaner, whatever your situation is. You're running that trucking business. You have that home health. You have that group home, that financial office, that physician office, the nurse practitioner. You're busy doing it. All of a sudden, you fall sick. As big as you are, they will use your name to go start GoFundMe. I didn't say it's bad though, if that's your choice. Or they will use your name to start a committee of friends on WhatsApp. That your bigness, that dignity disappears overnight. Because somebody said they sold it to you as a wealth plan, bank strategy. Go cancel it, is a scam. And you forgot that a day is coming when those people that are advising you are nowhere to be found because they will be at work just like you were. Another reason they tell you is that people say it's a scam. It's because they said somebody told them to use life insurance instead of 401k. Life insurance in US falls under the category of what? Internal Revenue Code 7702. The same Internal Revenue Code, the same Internal Revenue Services also get 401k. Instead of you blabbering your mouth and saying it's a scam, they lie to you. Why don't you sit down and read? Go read what is 401k, what is 7702. You have the right to have both. Again, it's your choice. It's your choice. You have the right to have both. But you didn't tell us the conversation that happened with your agent when you're discussing, only to come out on social media and say it's a scam. And you're telling someone to go cancel their policy because they tell them use life insurance instead of 401k. Of course, no duly competent licensed financial professional will tell you that. Those are two different internal revenue code. They operate in two different ways. You have the right to have both. Your life insurance is your protection. Your 401k is a retirement portfolio. You may design your life insurance to become your own retirement portfolio. It's your choice. It's what you want. Another reason they say people call it scam, I'm giving you all the things I got, is because the rich, they say, oh, the rich, this is how the rich use it to avoid taxes. When they told you that, do you even care to sit down to see how they do it? Did you sit down to care? Instead of saying it's a scam, of course it's a scam to you because you are still confused about money. If you're not confused about money, which is the meaning of scam, if I were you, somebody told me this is what the rich use to avoid taxes, what I would do is to sit down to say, I want to learn more. And you learn more. Instead of joining those, imagine where somebody said, this is what the rich use to avoid taxes. Instead of you to ask the person, can you show me? Let me read myself. You went to ask someone who doesn't have one, or who does not have license, or who have never had one. It tell you it's a lie. Go cancel it. It's a scam. There's no such thing. And you cancel. Do not cancel your policy. Go and mark it. If you cancel your policy, that's the worst mistake of your lifetime. And you will feel the consequences will come. It will come. Another reason some people call it is a scam is because they say, oh, you have a guarantee high returns. By the way, life insurance is not an investment. I said it before. It's not an investment. So, but guess what? If you have a permanent life insurance, some of them participate in the same indexes, the same S&P. Some of them participate, but they only participate when there is market gain. They do not participate in the market loss. So if you want to know more, why don't you sit down and know how does it work? Nobody guarantees you anything. The insurance company guarantees you the floor depending on the type of policy you have. And you cannot be talking about floor in term policy. So when we talk about floor, you're only talking about permanent life insurance. Especially the word floor is associated with index universal life. That's what it's associated with. You may also associate it with variable lives, universal life, whole life. So insurance company does not guarantee you jack. They only tells you that if the market goes down, you will not lose the money in your car's value due to market fluctuation. Some of them have cap. Some of them have uncapped indices. Those with uncapped indices, most of them comes with fees. Most of them does not. You must sit down and learn based on your own financial objectives. It's not what you learn in 15 minutes. Even me on social media here teaching you, I have not spent only 15 minutes. I spent more than 30 minutes. What is my goal? I feel like I need to teach. Even if you didn't hear me today, you must come across this video one day. Don't be the enemy of your own financial world. Because if you fall sick, if you have an emergency, that you as a physician cannot run that clinic. I use physicians as an example most of the time. Why? Because those are the people that are assumed to be the high-end income earners. There's no problem. I love you guys. But your high income earning is dependent on your capacity that you can wake up to go do that brain surgery. I told one physician, you are actually the one that need brain surgery. And he told me, yes, doctor, yes. I now see that I am the one that need brain surgery. Another reason why people call it a scam is because you can borrow, they told them they can borrow from it forever. When somebody tells you that, why don't you say, show me, how does that work? It's not when you go somewhere, they design a policy, you pay minimum no lapse. You're paying minimum no lapse to come and borrow money forever. Who said that? I know they didn't tell you that. You're just coming to this social media to lie. But even if they have told you that, why don't you say, let me learn myself? Is your own. Don't learn on social media. You see, as you hear my voice, I'm just cutting stuff. You need to go back to read the state law. And if you're interested in reading the state law, reach out to me. I will show you step by step how you can read your own state law by yourself. Everybody have the right to learn it word by word. Instead of you coming to deceive others just because of your own misfortune or your own misunderstanding or your lack of knowledge, you're using, some people lack the knowledge that they speak it so well that is so convincing that someone else will make decision based on that lack of knowledge that someone is describing. That is why it pains me. They say because many pitches are exaggerated and designed to sell expensive permanent life insurance. Let me tell you this. There's no such thing as cheap policy or expensive policy. It does not exist. There's no such thing. Have you wondered why they use the word premium instead of cost when you're writing a policy? There's no such thing as expensive or cheap policy. But if you ask me which policy is the most expensive, on my own perspective, I'll tell you it's a term policy. So there is no such thing as cheap or permanent policies. All policies are designed. Maybe your policy is not designed to suit you. You can sit down with me. My number is 469-487-3469. You can inbox me. You can email me royalstarleadership@gmail.com. You can go to my website, book an appointment with me. Let me help you review your policy offline, not online. Let me help you review your policy. So there is no such thing as expensive. Anytime somebody is using the word cheap or expensive, they don't know what they're talking about. It's what suits you. So I'm going to leave you with this. Please, do not cancel your policies. I want to let you know, business owners, you can own life insurance policies. Key employee, executive bonus, split dollar, you can. The law allows it. Individuals, you can own your policies. Own your policy and own your 401k. If anybody tells you anything, tell them you like to study. Or inbox me. I'll show you how to read the law. The law is clear. The law is the only thing that validates what you have. Any other opinion does not matter. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. Protect what matters the most. And definitely, I will see you again tomorrow. We will continue on this topic. Is life insurance a scam? Tomorrow. And please, if you come across the video, share it. Join me tomorrow. Let's continue this conversation. We must deliver the middle class, the middle market. You must help them understand what matters. Remember, in conclusion, what did we start with? I help you understand that life insurance is not a scam. It's a risk management tool. It's not an emergency fund. Emergency fund takes care of short-term basis. Your life insurance takes care of your entire risk management tool. Okay? Give me a second. Okay? 2, life insurance is not an investment. It's a protection portfolio. Okay? Number 3, you have 2 types of life insurance, term and permanent. You have the right to choose anywhere based on your own financial goals. Number 4, empower yourself. Do your own due diligence. Number 5, I say you cannot say, I want to plan my protection in 15 minutes. That's a fallacy. Number 5, there is no such thing as cheap or expensive policy. Design your policy based on what you can afford. but you have to be approved. It's not automatic. I want to say thank you so much for listening to me. Share this video. I will see you tomorrow. Have a nice day. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Tomorrow is the last day of 2025. Make it count. If you don't have your protection portfolio, call me today. Let me submit that life insurance for you. I can help you refinance your retirement account also, so you don't lose your money due to volatile market. All right? So I want to say thank you so much. My name is Princess Dr. Ruth Federa, and I live in Dallas, Texas. I'm a licensed financial professional, and I can help you manage your risk. Reach out to me at 469-487-3469 or inbox me. Ask me any question. We'll address it when we come here. Have a nice day and enjoy the rest of your day.